Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Been talking a lot about recruiting. We've been talking about the class of 2023. We've been talking about the transfer portal. Something we've not been talking a lot about, and that is this football team that is going to be playing games this fall. They just got back together. Summer workouts are underway. We've got some summer enrollees that are going to be joining this football team as well. Jordan Thomas, Christian Harrison have made their way on campus. Messiah Reddick, Dylan Sampson, Caleb Perry, Joshua Joseph, Jason Jenkins. A lot of guys showing up, getting with this football team for the first time as they fire up summer workouts. But something that's worth noting, something I want to talk about, and that is Cameron Miller. He was a wide receiver in the class of 2022, but over at VolQuest, they confirmed he is going to be making a position change, moving from wide receiver over to the defensive side of the ball, going to be playing safety this fall, something worth talking about. We'll get into it as always. Do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. For the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be going live Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The NCAA 2013 Dynasty rolls on. Missed you guys last week. Took a family vacation, went to the beach, had a good time, relaxed. Back in business now, so make sure you tune in Tuesday night. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's talk a little bit about Cameron Miller. Again, he was a three-star prospect in the class of 2022. In-state kid, put those borders up, and that's something that this coaching staff struggled with in the class of 2022. Cameron Miller, one of only two in-state kids signed in that class, already doing a much better job in the class of 23. But Cameron Miller, 6'1", listed there on the Tennessee roster as 195. I think he's up around 200 right now, but he's a guy that came in, again, pretty stacked class. Pretty stacked class in the 2022 wide receiver room. You've got Cam Miller, you had Chaz Nimrod, Caleb Webb, Squirrel White, and that kind of makes me wonder, is that why this coaching staff is looking to move him over to the safety position? Because you've got guys like Brew McCoy that are coming in. He's going to be able to play more than 1 year. Cedric Tillman obviously is on the way out after this season, but you've also got the guys like Jalen Hyatt, Jimmy Holiday, Jimmy Callaway. Where would Cameron Miller kind of fit into that offensive wide receiver room? But again, he's a guy that coming out of high school played multiple positions. He played wide receiver, played running back. He actually took some snaps at quarterback, but he also played on the defensive side of the ball at safety. And Josh Heupel, I saw some recent quotes from him talking about Cameron Miller, talking about how he bleeds orange. He believes in the power T, talking about what a great teammate he is. And I think that might be why we're seeing Cameron Miller jump over to the defensive side of the ball, because when we look at the secondary, when we look at the safety position, it's something we've been talking about for quite a while on this channel. We've all been saying we need help at safety. We need help at the linebacker position. Tennessee got some help in the transfer portal, but really seems to be a position that they struggle at on the recruiting trail. Now, I don't know why that is. We'll see how it plays out in the class of 23. But it seems like this coaching staff has no problem going out and recruiting offensive weapons. They have no problem sending Rodney Garner out on the recruiting trail and bringing in big-time edge rushers. That seems to be where the momentum is at. But when it comes to linebackers, when it comes to the secondary, seems to be a bit of a struggle. So maybe Cameron Miller, being that team player, jumping over to the defensive side of the ball, maybe he will add some help there. Maybe he will add some depth there. Again, guys that are showing up on campus this summer, Jordan Thomas is another guy. So that's two young guys from the class of 22 that are now going to be at the safety position. Something else to think about with Cameron Miller, he's a guy that was banged up back in the spring. Didn't really get too far into development as far as the wide receiver position, and that's something that Josh Heupel has also talked about recently is the injury causing him to miss some development there in the spring. So he'll jump into it again, going through summer workouts and then into fall camp. We'll see how Cameron Miller kind of develops there at the safety position. But you flip over to the defensive side of the ball and you look at who Tennessee has coming back in the secondary. Trayvon Flowers, Jalen McCullough, your two seniors that are going to be starting at the safety position. And I know it's a position of concern. Those are two guys that maybe don't necessarily get it done as well as we would like. But Trayvon Flowers is a guy that's got a lot of praise from this coaching staff throughout the spring camp, saying that he's really starting to get it, really starting to come along. And look, go back to last year. Look at Theo Jackson. Did anybody really expect Theo Jackson to have that type of senior year? That type of senior year, end up getting drafted off to the NFL. Can Trayvon Flowers put it together going into his super senior season? Can he put it together and find some type of similar success? We've heard this coaching staff talk about possibly dropping Trayvon Flowers down to the star position. And that's what's going to be interesting to watch throughout fall camp and heading into the season, is what does this secondary really even look like? You've got the addition of Andre Turrentine, transferred in from Ohio State, a guy that brings a lot of versatility. And that's a word when you look at the secondary. That's also, it plays into Wesley Walker, the transfer from Georgia Tech. You kind of hear the same thing about him. These are guys that can play safety, possibly play corner, or maybe they can slide down to that star position. And I think that's going to be where your impact player's at. I think the star position is set up in this Tim Banks defense to have a lot of success, and we saw that with Theo Jackson. Do you put a guy like Trayvon Flowers there, or do you move somebody like Brandon Turnage there, who ends up at the corner position, who replaces Alontae Taylor? Well, Christian Charles is a guy that we talked a lot about. We talked about maybe him taking that next step, being able to step up and maybe earn a starting spot at safety. But throughout spring, Tennessee had so many defensive backs beat up, banged up, and out for spring camp. We saw Christian Charles kind of take advantage of that. Christian Charles is a guy that they're talking about pushing for reps at corner. Could Christian Charles be that guy to step up and replace Alontae Taylor? But again, I think you look at Cameron Miller, the position change from wide receiver over to safety. I think it's a team move. I think it's him being a team player. I think they've got way more talent in the wide receiver room than they do in the secondary. So when you got a guy like Cameron Miller that can play a little bit of everything, maybe you shift him over and see how it works out. But again, that wide receiver room, just looking at the freshmen alone, Chaz Nimrod, Caleb Webb, Squirrel White. What about the class of 23? How do they finish up that class? Carnell Tate. I've really pissed off some Ohio State fans over the last week or so talking about Carnell Tate, talking about NIL, where Tennessee is at compared to other programs. But I think Tennessee is in a good position with Carnell Tate. We'll see if they're able to seal the deal, close the door, and get the pen to paper. But I just think that Josh Heupel is not going to have problems recruiting wide receivers. The Velus Jones quote I love to throw around: what wide receiver would not want to play in this offense? I think that factors in here. So again, I just wanted to drop a quick video, let you guys know. It was mentioned over at VolQuest. Austin Price, Brent Hubbs kind of threw it out there that Cameron Miller was going to be switching positions. Nobody else really talking about it. I think it's interesting to take a look at it, see what you guys think. Hit that comment section and let me know your thoughts. Also, if you have not done so yet, make sure you smash that thumbs up on the way out the door and go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. Go to bonfire.com/store/ Talkin' VAWLS. Any and all support greatly appreciated. A lot of you guys picking up the Beat Bama shirt. I appreciate you guys getting in there, picking up some merchandise. I also want to thank you to all the new members of the channel. You guys are making this a financial possibility to do this full time. And if you're asking, Boogie, what is a member of the channel? Hit that join button right down below. You can join the channel for as little as 99 cents or as much as $10 a month. We appreciate that support. And basically, it's just a monthly contribution for us to be able to provide more content. But also, if you're a member of the channel, you have access to fan call-in shows. And just to let you guys know, this fall, my plan, my vision is to go live 4 nights per week. I want you guys, I say for the fans, by the fans, but if I don't give you the opportunity, if I don't give you the platform, then that means nothing. So I'm going to try to do a fan call-in show once every week throughout the season. That way you guys have an opportunity to come on and let your voice be heard. We're going to continue the NCAA streams on Tuesday. We're going to continue the regular Talkin' VAWLS midweek shows and post-game shows, whether that's me, Dauber, JP, Snake, whoever, Tim Bradley, Xavier. We'll have a cast of characters, but the plan is to go live 4 nights per week. Again, hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts on Cameron Miller. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.